It's your boy Major Juice, aka Judah. Happy Sunday. It's day two of the 7 day chakra alignment. So we're on sacral chakra. So today is about sacred connections. And let's dive into what sacred means. Um, Sacred is something that's holds high value. That's very precious. Um, like the Ark of the Covenant was sacred, and no one could touch the Ark of the Covenant except who God allowed and came to and said, "You can go in and touch it," and you can and gave instructions for that um, man or woman of God to touch the Ark. Um, One time they were carrying the Ark, and the Ark tipped over and fell, and just two believers who did no wrong grabbed and caught the Ark of the Covenant so that it wouldn't fall, and died instantly. Um, because it was something very sacred. Um, so sacred is deep. It means something. It holds value. Um, you have your whole heart in it, and God's whole heart is for us to be in heaven, each and every one of his kids, each and every one of his children. And that's a sacred covenant that Jesus wants to keep um, by standing in the belief that no one shall perish, but everyone shall have everlasting life. So just know, when you look in the mirror and you think of God your Father, that he's looking at you and he's saying nothing else matters but you coming home to heaven. And I don't care what you've done. All I care about is that you come back to me and return home like the prodigal child. And that's God's message to you today on this sacred, sacral chakra day, is that you matter, and that each and every one of us as humanitarians and as humans are sacred to God, the Creator who created us. Um, so you have something to live for. Everyone has something to live for. Live for the promises that He gave to you. Live for the brightness of tomorrow. One of the promises is that there should be light and no darkness and no death. So there's a day promised to us by the Father who created us, that there is a time where there will be no death, no crying, no mourning, no pain, no suffering. So hold on to that promise your Father promised you, in spirit and truth, in heaven and in this earthly plane, because they're going to merge. And that day is coming. That day is coming soon. So let's prepare ourselves. Let's value our sacred connection with Christ. Let's value our sacred connection with God the Father, so that the sacred Holy Spirit can enter our temples. Because if we don't value or deem our thoughts, our bodies, our words, and our actions as sacred, the Holy Spirit can't live in our body. It can't dwell in it. It won't. It refuses. Because the Holy Spirit is sacred. It's a sacred and beautiful gift from God. Now, just because you're His children don't mean you get to reap and benefit all of the gifts. But when you get to being obedient and walking like Christ, then the gifts will come to you, and they will come many, and they will come by surprise. And it's all deemed in the 9 gifts of the Spirit and the 9 fruits of the Spirit. And each believer can walk in all 18. So know what you're promised. Go. It's good to study the Word so you can know what you're promised, so you can stand on it and have excitement. Like, He's going to give me that. All I got to do is just do His will, and become His Word. The Word says, and the flesh became Word. The Word became flesh. That's the Bible becoming you. And it happened for Jesus, and it's happening for us too. And there's a lot of fixtures in the royal remnant that is happening for. Nikki has became a word. She's a walking Bible. You know, in spirit and truth. Now that doesn't mean perfection, and I am one as well. And there's a lot of other royal remnant members out here representing the walk in the movement in Jesus Christ that you can be, that I am. And that's a sacred commitment, and that's a sacred promise that I made, surrendering myself to heaven. That I will continue to be I am and be in that discipline, that I am not my own, and that I was bought with a price, and that's sacred to me. And divine connections are sacred with people. So if we must all become humanitarians for humanity to prevail in love and peace. We must all become humanitarians. So let's focus on our sacred, divine connections on this sacral chakra day, and hope all things that's close, that's from heaven, and that's from divine. Um, I love you, Nick. This has been your boy Major Juice, aka Judah. Day 2 of the 7-day chakra alignment. The page, Michael. Check out the YouTube, Judah Yisrael, Yisreal 8562 at YouTube. Go check out my YouTube channel because it got the most exclusive stuff on there. That's out of all my content. So it's some behind the scenes footage that you guys might enjoy. All right, this has been your boy Judah. Hey, I love you. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your family. Enjoy love. Love is the most beautiful thing that we have because guess what? We are love and so is God. Hey.